Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well and I hope that your week is going well also. The purpose of this video lecture is to talk a little bit about the Writing 440 course research guide. And as we get ready to start working on our iSearch paper assignment and as we start getting ready to look ahead towards the last major project in the class this semester, the white paper, we're going to be conducting some research to get both of those projects completed and to get both of those projects moving forward. And I know in talking to some of you already about this, some of you are worried a little bit about research and you haven't done a lot of research, this kind of research, maybe since Writing 101 or 102, or maybe you've taken some kind of a research course at another institution. But several of you have said, oh my gosh, it has been such a long time since I have done any kind of research or research-based writing. Well, one of the ways that this process is going to work easier and smoother for you, more smoothly for you, is through this Writing 440 research guide. And so I wanted to just kind of show you where that is, explain a little bit about what that is, and then show you how you can access it and what some of the features and tools are in that research guide that are available to you. Now, we're going to look at and focus on a couple of other research guides as well. We're going to look at Google Scholar as a research tool. We're going to look at CQ Researcher as a research tool in terms of places you can go to find out information for your iSearch paper and for the white paper assignment. But I wanted to show you where everything is kind of categorized and cataloged and indexed for you so that you'll be able to spend that time researching in a more productive way. And you won't be out here just sort of searching all over the place, all over the web and all through the library databases, trying to find information that relates to your topic for both of those assignments. So I'm going to share my screen for just a second. And I'm going to pull up the library homepage. And so if you're familiar with this page, if you've been here before, maybe you haven't been here before, this is the library's homepage. And you get there basically by just typing libraries.olemiss.edu, or you can do a Google search. You can just go into Google and type in Williams Library at Ole Miss or Williams Library at the University of Mississippi, and it'll take you right here. So this takes you to the homepage. So anytime you go to the library to do any kind of research for this class or another class or something else that you're doing, this is where you're going to end up to start with. So I wanted to show you first where to find the Writing 440 course research guide. So the easiest place to go is to this box right here where it says search by topic. You want to click on research guides, and you're going to get a variety of menus and a variety of drop-down screens that deal with the different course guides and the different research guides that have been developed. Now, these research guides that you're going to see on the screen here and that I'm going to show you in just a minute were put together in tandem both with faculty in the various disciplines and programs, as well as research librarians with the Williams Library. So I did that with our course research guide, which I'll talk about in just a moment. I worked with a gentleman named Royce Kurtz, whose expertise is in research for writing and business and for accounting and business. And so he helped me put together this course research guide, and I'll explain more about that here in just a second. But to find the Writing 440 research guide, you just want to go over here to this menu at the top of the screen that says Course Guides. It's going to give you a drop-down menu. And since our class is writing, WRIT 440, you're going to want to scroll down here to the bottom. And it's done in alphabetical order by course reference designation. So writing naturally is going to be down at the bottom as it's near the end of the alphabet. And you're just going to click on the blue tab here that says Writing 440, Writing for Accountancy. And that's going to take you to this screen right here. And I mentioned Royce Kurtz just a moment ago. I want to give him a couple of minutes of recognition. That is him right there in the box there with the picture above his name. But I wanted to encourage you to reach out to him as you are working on your iSearch paper and as you're working on the white paper assignment. If you have any questions about research, if you're looking for something specific, if you want to see if the Williams Library has something specific related to your topic, or you're just running into any kinds of issues with research and writing and collecting information for your papers for these last two major assignments, then reach out to Royce. He's got a tab there that says email me. This will go right to his email, and all of his contact information is there as well. If you're over in the library, if you study a lot in the library, on the first floor especially, his office is in room 103, and I can pretty much tell you from having worked with Royce for a long time, if he is available, he is in his office. And the only reason he's really not in his office is if he's, speaking to a group of students or taking some students on a tour of the library or something like that. So if you're over there studying, you're over there near the first floor, don't be afraid to stop by and say hello as well. But he is here as a resource for you. He is here to help you with both the iSearch paper as well as the white paper assignment. And he and I have talked a lot, and we continually talk about these two assignments, and we continually talk about ways that we can update this course reference guide, this Writing 440 course reference guide, to make it a good tool for you and a valuable tool for you. So I just wanted to point out a couple of things that Royce and I have put together for you. This tab right here that says websites, we have collected and put together just some different websites related to accounting. So we have a link to Accounting Today, which has a lot of accounting news and information for the public accounting profession. So if you're researching a topic that is current or more trendy or more happening right now, and you're looking for more current information, the Accounting Today link takes you right to that website with a lot of information. And it pulls together information from newspapers, magazines, websites, business journals, all those kinds of places on topics related to the accounting profession. And then over here, we've got just some organizations connected to accounting. Some of these you probably are familiar with. The American Institute of Certified Accountants, for example, a lot of you are probably familiar with that. I know a couple of you have talked about the Government Accounting Standards Board when you've been writing about other things, so you're probably familiar with that. The IRS, certainly, the Securities and Exchange Commission. All of those links to those websites are listed there. And then we've just put some other web resources as it relates to accounting and the accounting profession that you are welcome to check out. And as you can see, all this is here. It's hyperlinked. All you need to do is click on it, and you'll be ready to get into that information. The second tab on the screen is Library Essentials. And this is information about research in general, just conducting research in general on a variety of topics. It talks about the difference between scholarly journals, trade magazines, and popular magazines. And there's even some information over here to the left where it says Citation and Style and Excelsior OWL. OWL is the online writing lab that is run by Purdue University in Indiana. So all of that information is connected there. If you just want to look up information about citing sources, about research in general, all of that is listed here as well. Dissertations, theses, and conference papers, you probably won't have to worry about that or pay attention to that right now. But if you ever decide to go to graduate school and you want to go to graduate school at Ole Miss, this may be something that you can check out later. And then writing a literature review video, that is also there if you ever need to do that for a particular class. So the one I just wanted to show you briefly is articles and databases. And what Royce and I have done in putting this together is we have gone through all of the databases that are available through the Williams Library that they have access to. These are more of your academic sort of databases, your more academic, more scholarly databases, and we've listed them for you here. So instead of you having to run around and find these, run through the library and look for this information, or spend a lot of time doing just random searches through the library homepage trying to find this information, we've kind of culled all this together for you, and we've put it here in this articles and databases list. So you'll see here we've got some specific databases dealing with issues on accounting and taxing. We've got Business Source Complete, which is a scholarly journal database, or scholarly database rather, that deals with journals and academic sources related to business issues. We've got the Wall Street Journal. We have a link to the Wall Street Journal there where you can go in and access that for free. You don't have to have a newspaper subscription to the journal to access that information. And we've also put some more general databases here at the bottom that you might want to access. We've got OneSearch, which is just a basic database that functions pretty much like Google, but it's much better than Google because it sifts through information that maybe is not necessarily good information and gives you the best information, the most scholarly information you can on a particular source. We've got New York Times if you need to research any information on accounting issues or accounting stories from the past. I know some of you are doing the history of accounting as one of your topics, so you might want to go back to the New York Times database. It goes all the way back to 1851, and they've got it indexed up right now up to 2020. So you can go and check out stories and articles written about accounting issues through the New York Times. And then there's Nexus Uni, which covers general news, business, law, and government, and kind of the intersection of those topics together. And then you've got Hein Online. This is a lot of law and law-related periodicals. In case you are wanting to take a legal approach or you're wanting to look at the legal ramifications of something related to your topic, for the iSearch paper and the white paper, that's a good place to go. But I'm just going to click on one of these and just kind of show you what they are. I'm just going to go back up here to the second heading under Business Source Complete. I'm just going to open that file. And you can see here, this is run through EBSCOhost. And I mentioned a moment ago, it works pretty much just like a Google search, except you don't have to worry about the information you see through EBSCOhost being questionable or coming from questionable sources or questionable websites or questionable publications. EBSCOhost has gone through and done all the work for you in terms of filtering out the information that's not good information that you would not want to use for a research project, and has given you information that is more suitable for a research project. So I'm just going to type in just a general topic, history of accounting, and then I'm just going to click search. And you can see what you will see here is a list of everything that has been pulled up with those search terms, history of accounting. So you'll see here that it has given me 7,843 search results related to the topic of the history of accounting. And so what you'll see here is you'll see on this first line, if we're using source one, let's say you're interested in this, this will give you the title of the source. This gives you the biographical information in terms of who wrote it, when was it written, when was it published, what pages was it located on, all that sort of stuff. And then you can either access this as HTML full text or PDF full text. HTML full text gives you just basically how the text would look if it were just printed on a screen. So you can see here, this is just all the text as it relates to that source. And you can also listen to it through this. Maybe
50 Years of the Accounting Historian's Journal, a bibliometric overview. Advisory. Contents. 1. Introduction. 2.
Okay, I think you get the point there. So if you want to listen to this or have this read to you, you can do that through the HTML option. Or if you wanted to see exactly what did this look like when it was published in the Accounting Historian's Journal, what did this look like when it was actually published in that particular journal, you click the PDF full text link, and this is exactly what it looked like in the Accounting Historian's Journal. The volume number is listed there, the date is listed there, so we have a relatively current source in June of 2024, and we have page numbers 3 through 24. This tells you the author, this tells you the title, the abstract, and it gets right into the information itself. So that's where you go in some of these databases to find information. Now, if you want to go over here to the left, you can have this even be limited further in terms of a search result. So let's say you want EBSCOhost on the history of accounting, you want Business Source Complete on the history of accounting to only give you full text articles. So only articles that have full text. You just click the full text button and it's going to update that for you. And you'll notice up here at the top, we went from 7,100 and some down to 5,194. So you can sort of limit this a little bit and restrict this a little bit to narrow down your search results. If you want information that has been peer reviewed, meaning other accountants, other experts, other scholars in the accounting profession have reviewed this information and have said, yes, this is good quality information, and you want to have that as part of your research, you just click peer reviewed and it does just like it did before. It's going to narrow that down even further for you. And notice we went from 5,000 and some down to 3,397. So I'm just going to go back to my source here for just a minute. You can, over on this toolbar here on the right, you can add this to a folder. You can create a folder through EBSCOhost and through the Williams Library. You can print this. You can email it to yourself. You can even have the citation done for you. So if you're creating a works cited page and you're looking for the citation to put on the works cited page, and we're using MLA as our works cited information, we'll talk more about that later, it's done it for you right here. So all of your works cited page citations are already created for you. All you have to do is copy and paste that into your works cited page. And if you're thinking, what on earth is he talking about, works cited pages and entries and all of that, we'll get to that a little bit later on. But I just wanted to show you it cites all of that information for you. So that's basically just kind of walking you through the database so one of the databases that are available to you through the research guide. But I did just want to show you kind of what is in there. Wanted to show you a little bit about the tools and the features that are available there. And so I would strongly suggest, as you start thinking about the topic that you want to focus on for your iSearch paper, as well as your white paper. Those are going to be the same topics, by the way. So whatever you research for the iSearch assignment is going to be the exact same assignment that you use for the white paper. Just go into the database a little bit. Pick a couple of topics off the sheet that I provided and just go in here for a little bit and type in some terms and see what you come up with. See if the topic that you've chosen is going to have enough information that you can research and read and complete both assignments with. Sometimes that's the best way to determine. You want to make sure that you've got a topic and a source that has enough information so that you've got enough different sources and enough different types of sources to then read and reflect and respond to. So the best way to handle that is just to go in there, type in a few search terms, kind of like we just did a minute ago, history of accounting, technology and accounting, whatever it is that you're thinking about focusing on for this assignment, and just see what it comes up with. What does the research guide come up with in terms of information that you can use for your research project. So I just wanted to explain that to you, what it was, what it is, where to find it, and how it can be helpful to you for research. Again, feel free to reach out to me if you run into problems or you have issues using the course guide or with any other research questions in general. I'm happy to help, but also please take advantage of Royce. As I mentioned a moment ago, he and I kind of built this together, and we're constantly updating and adding things and taking things out of the Writing 440 course research guide. So reach out to him. If you're over in the library and you're running into problems, feel free to stop by. Feel free to send him an email, give him a phone call. He looks forward to seeing you. He knows you're working on these assignments and working on these projects. So he is more than willing to help you as well if you run into questions or have concerns about the research. So hope you're doing well. Hope everything's going well. We'll talk again soon as we get a little bit closer to putting together the iSearch paper and the white paper. We'll talk more about some of the nuts and bolts and specifics, but I just wanted to show you this is one tool available to you for research. So take care and we'll talk again soon.